Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. I'm coming from you from Dallas, and I'll definitely tell y'all some of what we did today. But my lovely co-host beside me is who? None other than Miss Teri. Teri, introduce yourself to the audience.
Hey, everybody. My name is Teri. I am a day and swing trader. I help people meet their short-term goals through investing in the stock market. So super excited to be here with you guys. Welcome to Dallas. Hey.
All right, you guys, you do see we're in our Ty Lopez penthouse here. Now, you guys, listen, I definitely need you to drop your city and state, and we're going to give you kind of a rundown of what we did this weekend. Mostly not get hit by cars as we walk across the street in the middle of the night.
Erica be walking slow. Let's just put that out there.
Everybody who walks
and
in,
I'd be like, let's go. And then she'd be like, wait, Teri, wait, I want you to get hit. I was like, if we had gone, we wouldn't have got hit.
Teri got glasses on for a reason, y'all. Okay, so Teri and me today in Dallas went to go see some gentrification. We have, and I'll have a video come up a little bit later tonight or tomorrow showing what me and Teri went around Dallas looking at. Yeah. What are some things that you'd love people to know about Dallas?
Oh, wow.
Like positive
things. It's a great family city. Mm-hmm. Like we have so many really cool pockets, and the houses are like spacious, and there's a lot of houses getting like built brand new, so you can kind of whatever you can imagine in terms of housing is here. They have lots of good food all over the city in all different pockets, so food is good. There's tons of new people coming in and corporations and headquarters coming, so there's lots of jobs. Lots of people are able to like get jobs quickly here, so it's a good place.
Okay, what are some downsides about Dallas people will notice?
Things are
traffic.
Well, traffic is, but I don't think our traffic's as bad as like Atlanta,
or Houston.
Our traffic is.
You gotta be rough and ready in this traffic.
Moderate, but yeah. I'd say things they should know, the prices are going up. It's not as affordable as it used to be. Mm-hmm. Like people would usually say, oh, I can go to Texas, the housing is so affordable. It's like, no, it's about the same as I paid in Chicago. Mm-hmm. Not as high as New York, of course, probably not as high as California, but they're not as cheap as people think.
Right, so there's still $150,000 houses in Plano, but again, are you going to be, is your job in Plano? Are you driving near Plano? Right, where you have to drive for work?
Most of the time now, even if you're buying land close to downtown, it's $200. And that's just for the land, not even the house on it. Did I say $200? $200,000.
I think you did.
I'm like, we ate. We're like tired and sleepy.
We're out in the heat. Teri out there climbing over fences trying to open doors.
We got that itis, but you got to do that. Like I don't like as long as they don't have a dog, I can go look in some windows, see what the house looks like.
Y'all think I'm joking about this? Pew pew pew. But yeah, I think it was good. I think what you see in Nashville, you see in here. Mm-hmm. What you see in Atlanta, where they would have one house, old house with a big yard, tear it down. Now they got 2 townhouses. Yeah. The kind of vertical thing you have going. And this week was Teri's birthday, so we're visiting Teri. But I just definitely want you guys to know, like that video should be good. I think it'll give you more view of some parts of Dallas. What you've seen me do with Andre Hatchett when I did the Dallas with them a couple months ago. Mm-hmm. You saw that then.
And that's I was going to say, and that's happening all over Dallas. Yeah. So like we today were in kind of like the northwest part of Dallas, but it's also happening on the regular west side, the south side, and north side. Like every side of downtown especially is tearing down old houses, building up new things. So it's happening all over.
It is. Mm-hmm. And that's why I tell people, even if a recession comes, like even if the prices go cut in half, if a house is $1 million and now it's $500,000, some people who are like, I'm waiting on the recession, will you qualify for a $500,000 house? You might not.
Yeah.
You might not. So it's really important to think about that. So weekly updates, just an update again. This is the schedule. I'll say it again. June 25th through 28th, I'll be in Belize, leaving Tuesday. Okay, 29th, which is a Saturday, I'll be in Baltimore with Charm City Buys and Asia Selden.
Hey guys,
that's gonna be lit. Okay. July 9th, I'll be in Los Angeles doing a midday mastermind. I only had 10 seats in there. I think we only have 3 seats left, if I'm not mistaken. All right, July 10th through 12th, I'll be at VidCon. That's VIDCON. Y'all been cracking me up in the comments with that. VIDCON. July 13th, I'll be on the Chicago bus tour.
I'll be there too.
She'll be there too.
Right,
Rashana Scott. I think Andre Hatchett might be in Chicago too that weekend. Some other folks. I think Cousin Nita might be there too.
Hey,
I know. We just all gonna hang out. It'll be a really great bus tour and a meetup afterwards. I know some of them on Sunday going on a yacht party, but your girl got a country music concert to go to. Then after that, we have August 3rd and 4th is the boat party in Austin, Texas. That's gonna be fun. Definitely come out and see it. You'll have Cousin Nita and a couple other people, Rashad Scott. Again,
I'll be on the boat party too.
She will be there too. Boom. So Texas in the house
here. Yeah.
Okay. And the only thing after that is pretty much VidCon. No, Fincon. FINCON in September. VIP Mastermind in Atlanta, September 28th and 29th. October Mastermind VIP in Houston. Those tickets are not for sale yet. I pulled it up too. Those tickets are not for sale yet, but you know that's the schedule. So today we're kind of bringing it on. Yes, the show says Stock Market Friday with Teri. It is Sunday. Give me a break in the comments.
She had to come for my birthday, y'all. So we had to kind of like
move schedules. Yeah. Okay. And then Teri got us building whole shelves in the middle of the night at 1 o'clock in the morning.
See, what had happened was, if anybody is in Dallas and really likes to build furniture, I could use your help building these IKEA.
We're gonna do a background check on you first, but then you can come over and help.
Right.
But yeah, it's a challenge. So some of the things, a lot of you are like, I need to ask Teri a question. Like, what's her email? Come on the live show. Ask her now. Yeah. So any questions you have related to stocks, definitely bring them. I know some people are like, what about Donald Trump and the trade wars? Mm-hmm. Some people are like, hey, things are going up, things are going down. What about commodities, soy, all that food? You know, right? They're going across the board kind of worried about the market. So
can I do some rants on some of that real quick?
Sure, feel free.
Okay, so first, let's talk about the trade war. So we got over the hump with the trade war in Mexico. So really excited about that. Good job, government. Happy about that. But that also means that they are trying to do more with immigrants to the country and also protection from undocumented immigrants coming into the country. But also, if you guys have been seeing this weekend, all this ICE news about raids, trying to get people out of the country. So that actually, to me, is getting a little bit sticky. And I actually get really frustrated thinking about it, but I am happy that we no longer have tariffs on Mexico because that was hurting the stock market. Another thing that's been still hurting the stock market is the China trade war. So one of the things you guys may have heard in the news is we're waiting for the G20 meeting. President Xi and President Trump are supposed to talk at that meeting and discuss the Chinese trade wars. The thing that I want to rant about, though, is now we've put ourselves between like a rock and a hard place, because if we have good news come out of the G20, then it's gonna affect the Fed, because you guys may have also heard, sunglasses don't know, but you guys may have also heard that the Fed was thinking about cutting interest rates because of the issues with the trade war. If we get good news coming out of the trade war, then the Fed probably won't cut rates. And to tell you the truth, guys, I don't think the Fed needs to cut rates anyway. But cutting interest rates is called quantitative easing. That's what everybody was so upset about when President Obama was doing it. But the point was he was cutting rates.
Wait, say that again. Quantitative easing was what they were upset about when who did it?
When President Obama did it, which I love President Obama. Sorry, y'all who don't, but that's my man. Like, in my mind, we're friends. That's my uncle. But I'm just saying, like, he did a really great job when he was cutting interest rates because he was helping us to get out of a recession. So when you cut interest rates, the point is to put more money into the economy because the economy is down. But we just saw that the stock market's at all-time highs. The unemployment is very low right now. Our economy is actually doing well. So we don't need to cut our interest rates unless the economy is doing bad. So now we're in this like conundrum because we're over here saying that we want to get out of this trade war, but then the Fed is saying we're only going to cut rates if there's a trade war. So there's some tension there, and it's like just stupid. First of all, this is my rant.
Wait. Everybody put a 1 if you know what the trade war is. Put a 1 if you know what the trade war is. Put a 1 in the comments. Okay? Put a 1 in the comments. Just make sure. And then
they're on the same page.
They're on the same page.
Y'all, I just need to
or
get
2
this out.
if you know. Put a 2 if you don't know what quantitative easing is. If you don't know, so we can make sure.
Okay, we have a 1. We have some 1s.
Wait. And then put a 2 if you don't know what quantitative easing is. Okay? If you don't. 1 is if you do know about the trade wars, and 2 is if you don't know what quantitative easing is. But continue.
Okay, I kind of lost my thought, but the point is...
See, that's why I make notes. Okay, go ahead.
The point is, right now we've been thinking about having interest rates go down, which would be a benefit for us as the consumer. Because if interest rates come down, if the Fed lowers interest rates, that'll lower interest rates for our houses, which will put more money in our pockets. That'll lower interest rates on credit cards, more money in our pockets. And the reason why, when you all saw that the jobs number recently was not very good, but then the Fed was thinking about cutting rates. So people actually were really excited because every time the rates come down, companies also get access to cheaper money. So the economy, more money in the economy, people are excited. When the Fed rates come down, that helps more money be in the economy. So that's why there's been kind of this excitement in the market, and we recently, last week, hit all-time highs. But like I said, if the trade wars end well, then we don't need to have a interest rate cut. So now we'll still have higher interest rates, no trade war, praise God, but we don't know at this moment what the market will do and how it will react to the trade wars. When it used to be, because the Fed and the government were separated, it used to not even matter. Like the Fed was completely separated from the government. This shouldn't be something that's impacting each other, but it is right now because of
just politics. So there was a lot of 2s in there for people who didn't know what quantitative easing was. Okay. And Cosmic Wisdom said quantitative easing equals lower Fed rates, which is a good short answer, Cosmic Wisdom.
Exactly. So quantitative easing just means the government and the Federal Reserve is going to help put more money into the economy. So they're going to ease rates. They're going to ease down some of the policies around money so that more money will flow into the economy.
It means more banks cutting out checks to business owners.
Yeah.
Lower rates, right? A lot of people are saying, "Oh, I got a house at 4%. Oh my God." Right. Well, they were getting houses at 2%, so that's why they were upset. That doubled things for them. Same thing with people. Yeah. I met people who got houses for 9%. I was like, "Girl, what are you doing?"
That was before quantitative easing, because before the recession, the interest rates were actually really high for houses. I was so excited when I got my 6% interest rate before the housing crash. But after the housing crash and then the recession, that's when quantitative easing, interest rates lowered, so that we can start putting money into the economy and people would have incentives to start buying houses again and actually getting loans for money and lending money. Banks had reasons to do it. Now, I will say during this time, though, when interest rates are low, your savings accounts are going to make 0.0 nothing. So when you're excited about putting money into savings, if the Fed lowers interest rates, you're still making close to nothing, next to nothing, probably nothing on your savings account. Did you hear me say nothing? Yeah, nothing on your savings accounts. So just want you guys to know that. I know you all are well aware of that, but one of the good things when the Fed was increasing interest rates is it was helping all those people that have savings accounts. But if they can decide to decrease the interest rate, it's also going to hurt those people with savings accounts.
Well, again, we remember saving is not investing. Saving is good. You should save, but saving is not investing. Saving is just saving. Now, back in the 1980s, when your grandma put money in there, and was it Volcker? Volcker raised it, but he was with it was Ronald Reagan, and then after Nixon, then it was Ronald Reagan. Volcker is the guy, Fed chair, whatever his name is.
Okay, I didn't pay attention in that part of history class.
Okay, well, sorry, this is boring, Erica, economy stuff. Volcker raised it, and so this is when your grandparents were getting 20% on their bank CDs. They were getting these really crazy rates, and this is where people were getting houses in the 80s at 19% interest, 18% interest.
Wow.
And people were just like,
But their savings was also
like,
getting that much interest.
Right? And so ever since then, you know, when times are bad, we cut. But when times are good, we should be like,
we should have a good interest rate.
Right.
Because people want to get more money and get more return on their bonds, CDs, like all of those interest rates have gone down. So they're not getting very high returns. Their savings not getting very high returns. So people who have money sitting actually want higher interest rates, but we're not going to get it if the Fed decides to lower interest rates and not keep raising them.
So that's kind of where we always say if you're saving, you're not investing, because you're not really getting 2%. What is that?
Nothing.
And then when I tell people about 15%, you know, dividend stocks, they're like, that's a scam. I'm like, you can literally see it on the stock. I'm not making it up. So thank you, Teri, for your rant.
Thank y'all for letting me just get it out, because sometimes, man, these policies don't make sense. Like, I don't understand why people would be so excited about the Fed cutting rates. You should only cut rates if the economy's not doing well.
They're just excited about their. How dare you talk about their price?
Need somebody to do something about.
So the reason we do these shows is so that you can be in a position to win. You can win if you know what's going on and you kind of have a general like, okay, why are they lowering that? Because they should be raising it, right? If you know that's going on, then for me, I think, okay, well, you can brace yourself. It may be a bubble coming to an end. It may be, you know, stock market going down or whatever soon, or maybe not. But if you know how to play, you can win, because investors make money when times go up and when they go down.
Exactly.
Teri makes money when things go up or go down.
Exactly. If the Fed decides to cut rates, then that means that this trade war is going to last longer than we think. And if the trade war, that's something I didn't really talk about. If the trade war lasts longer, what happens? Well, the impact of a trade war is that companies are going to have higher prices to pay for their products. And eventually, as consumers, that's going to hurt our pockets, because they're going to have to pass those prices over to us. So, for example,
clay towels in El Paso, Texas. You ever see the Spanish towels they use in the houses when they build the houses here?
No.
Very decorative towels.
Oh, very nice. No.
Very nice. They get clay from Mexico, and Mexico, in response, raised the prices on the clay they got.
I believe it.
So they were on the news saying, hey, it's actually affecting us.
It's affecting a ton of things. So like, I also saw
and that's
fireworks.
Just one small building. That's just one small business.
Yeah, but just think, all the fireworks departments. So fireworks are mostly produced in China, and they have to bring them over, import them from China. So everybody who's about to go celebrate for 4th of July.
Ray, Billy Bob and them.
Yes, all those businesses are having to pay more money to make that happen.
How will Billy Bob blow up his hand?
Girl, I don't know. It ain't gonna spark up in his face the same way.
Teri's like on that. I'm on that preach. Cosmic wisdom. Thank you, Cosmic Wisdom.
But I'm just saying, like, fireworks now. And then the thing is, like, people think, oh, it's just gonna affect that company. But no, fireworks are usually paid for by the cities. So now the city is going to have to pay higher prices to get the fireworks, because the fireworks people had to pay higher prices. So like, these things just trickle, and people don't realize, like, dang, like my tax dollars are paying for that raise in imports. And second part of the brand. But our president has said, if we do this trade war and increase imports, like tariffs on imports, that it's going to make jobs come back to the U.S. But that's not true, and it's not going to happen as fast as he thinks it will. So for right now, our companies are getting hurt right now. They're having to pay higher fees, higher import fees. So we're going to start seeing that hit our pockets before companies have a chance to move their productions over. Like cars, if there's an import on cars, I know they said they're going to pause it, but we may start having to pay higher costs for cars. We already may have to start paying higher costs for beverages. Aluminum has tariffs on it. So they create these, this is not aluminum, but just think if this was a bottle that was made out of aluminum, like soda pop, those costs are going up because we're having to pay more for the aluminum because of tariffs. So if the Chinese trade war continues, we will start seeing it in our pockets. And that's the only reason why the Fed would lower interest rates, because they know we're going to get hurt on the other side. So
part of that, to play into this, what she's talking about is a policy called protectionism. Not trying to bore you guys to death, but it's called protectionism. Mm-hmm. It's when a country feels other countries are taking advantage of them, so they put imports on it forcing, like, if you have a business here and like Nike's like, we couldn't make shoes in America.
Right.
We'd have to do all this stuff. Now, let's be really honest. They could go in any of these warehouses here in Dallas, Texas. They could go to any warehouse in Austin. But they could make them, but they're literally doing stuff pennies on the dollar, right? In other countries. That's a prime example. Aluminum, steel. Remember when they were talking about steel going away from America? So now we're getting all this shoddy, steel from China and other places.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should make steel in our own country. I don't think you should be building bridges and doing things.
But how long will that take? Like, that's the
thing. Well, they already have steel. We have steel for mills here.
I know, but
they're just slowing down.
Okay, keep going. I'm messing up your point.
She messing up my point. My point is in protectionism, a country should be developing things that it personally needs. Steel, we need. Aluminum, we still need. We should be making our own anyway.
Right.
Steel places we're kind of going under, but like literally, I've told you guys this on this channel. To buy a steel frame building, it's like $10,000. It's cheap.
Yeah.
So how much cheaper do you want it to be?
The thing is, we just don't have enough produced here, though.
But we have over 100 factories here.
I get it, but we're still not producing enough for like all these buildings that are getting built.
They could though.
They could, but not yet. So in the meantime, until it happens,
no. They used to produce everything, and then they got contracts with China.
Mm-hmm.
And so, well, okay, we'll just bump you, Pennsylvania. We'll just go to China. So that's what ends up happening. So what protectionism does is go, we got 100 freaking steel mills right here in America. Just put a tariff on China. So then it would literally make both prices the same.
That's what.
So that is called protectionism, and it's kind of from the 80s thought of frame when NAFTA and all that stuff started coming in. I believe it's actually, if you have a country that can't make its own stuff, like 80% of our medicine comes from China, that's dangerous.
I agree.
And I see where he wins people on some of those arguments.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing devil's advocate here.
Right, on both sides.
We're on both sides here. I'm not a protectionist. I don't think we need to make every single thing in every single city and every single, like, that's ridiculous. But I do think that medicine needs to be made here. We're the number one in technology and healthcare. Medicine needs to be made here. More, not all, but more.
How much
steel is something I think should be made here. These are things that don't need to be outside. Like right now, everybody, have you seen the thing about Sanderson's Farms? We're going to take chicken, send it to China, let them process it and ship it back to us to save money. That is insane.
Okay, well, first
we can process chicken at the chicken place.
Let me these
are things that are like, I get what the argument is.
Yeah,
on that side.
I get the argument, but then again,
I don't want my chicken sent to China and then come back. That ain't even gonna be chicken.
I am a stock trader. I like the cheapest things possible. So I'm like, whatever cheapest, go with that.
She wants arsenic chicken.
She
wants that chicken sent in a boat.
We ain't died yet.
Sprinkled with arsenic.
It's been happening. I ate Chick-fil-A and Kentucky Fried Chicken yesterday. Like,
that is why I will be buying only from farmers markets in the future, because I don't trust.
See, she like paying high prices. I like paying cheap prices.
I'm just saying,
do whatever's cheapest, world. If China can do it cheaper, do it cheaper, and let me
China
pay
also
the least possible.
Puts prisoners inside the coal mines to work them. We don't also.
Well, see, I heard some random stuff about like them taking like.
They were taking. So they are getting charged with UN war crimes or humanity, crime against humanity. Yeah. Because some prisoners out of jail, they took their organs.
But see, I bet we do that here. We just don't know. Probably somebody in a dungeon you ain't seen the movies. The movies, there's always somebody.
I ain't seen us run through taking everybody's kidneys. Like China's like, oh, you stole some chicken and cut off and steal your kidneys. I mean, it's too much. So let me see what some of y'all are saying. Y'all are
sorry, y'all, we just talking.
But I'm not a complete protectionist because it is a 1980s old school thought. If you think you're going to go back in your town and work in a factory and your wife can stay home with your 3 kids, that ain't happening. It just ain't. Yeah. Now it happens in Huntsville, Alabama, and parts of Alabama because the Mercedes factory pays people like $50-$60.
But see, my thought is like, if you're going to do something like that, you should have had a plan, and it should be a longer term plan so people can plan for it. So it shouldn't be, I'm going to tweet today and decide that Friday we're going to do this. No company has had time to plan for that. Like no people have had time to plan for that. So like if you're going to decide we're bringing jobs back, then okay, let us have 2-3 years where we can actually plan to bring jobs back. Not that we're going to have 3 years where there's higher tariffs and we're scrambling. Like that just means for 3 years while people are trying to bring jobs back, that we're going to be paying higher prices as an economy, waiting for those jobs to come. So it needed better
I get
planning.
what she's saying, but I'm also on the side of believing these companies, if they wanted to tomorrow, they could go down to Texas and go see how much it costs to get me all these pieces. Because prime example, what happened a couple years ago with Obama, that people gave Obama terribleness for, one of the oil rigs shut down, and they shut down 3 or 4 of them by Louisiana. And so there's a part that takes, I think, 3 years to make, all the different pieces, and when you get all the different pieces from different places, because of the size, Brazil got those machinery. They got the machinery part.
Okay.
Because we were shutting down our oil rigs. For 3 months or 6 months. It was when the oil spill happened. Do you remember? From
BP?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Brazil now has those parts. So when the United States wanted to start it back up, companies were like, you took our part. Now we have to wait 3 years. So I get what she's saying, but I'm on the other end of it. If a company really wants to make a plan tomorrow to say, we're going to open up a factory, or they already have one in the back order, right? They're thinking, let's get at least 20% production.
But how much would that cost? Because American workers are more expensive. So like
I hate to
us
say it,
paying
$10 workers. We could get $10 factories.
But we're still more expensive than like $2 Filipino or $2 Chinese workers.
We take the $10 because the shipping fees, the taxes. I mean, think about how high
now the taxes
that's what I'm saying.
Because of
the
tariffs.
Taxes, yeah. So
before it wouldn't have been so bad, but with the tariffs, okay, maybe.
It's a 1980 school of thought. It was when we were fighting NAFTA. But my thoughts are on that is you can't defend yourself. You can't defend yourself. You cannot, as a country, at long term, if someone else controls 80% of your stuff, that's bad. So, but we'll go on a rabbit hole in this. But anyway, iron plus carbon boys was still, when I saw the film Men Who Built America. Yeah.
Someone says you get what you pay for, though. It's true.
Why are they closing so many warehouses? Well, here in Texas, and also a lot of the manufacturers that was in Ohio just moved to Texas because we could pay people outside of a union. So that's why I say I believe if a company is really like, you know what, we need to save money, we leave in Ohio, I would understand it. And they're like, oh, we come into Texas, they ain't got units, it's a right to work state. Same thing in South Carolina, it's a right to work state. Same thing in North Carolina, right to work state. That's why thousands of companies move there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take as many guys to run a warehouse anymore. So.
And hi, everybody. I see you guys saying, hey, ladies. Hey, y'all.
Doesn't make fiscal sense. Sounds like some kind of sorcery. Chinese are killing us slowly. Qualified cheaper chicken in this context. I don't know what kind of chicken Teri eating, but I ain't eating that chicken. You get what you pay for. Chick-fil-A
fried chicken.
Locally sourced chicken.
Okay, never mind. Not them.
These things affect your health. You can pay one way or another. That's how I look at it. A stolen organ, oh, Lord. Carries different frequencies than a donated one. Why don't they ask people to donate? In China, like when you're a businessman and you commit fraud and you go to jail, the sentence is death. So like I've actually watched some courts where they're like, there were like 21 babies died from poisoning from milk products, and they're one child only country for a long time. The guy that was over the milk place when they were sentencing him, they're like, you're sentenced to death. He didn't even react. He just stood there. He was like, okay. Because they know that's how stern their country is. Like, if you caught this far, like even right now they have a dude and it's not to get too political in the show, but there's a guy going for war crimes. And every military person I've talked to says, you'd have to be pretty horrible or something would have to be so awry that somebody would be like, we need to arrest him. Mm-hmm. So some of these actions you're hearing about in the news, like other countries, shooting people, you're done. So I'm very wary of like, let's send all our stuff to them and let them do all, like that makes me so nervous. Lisa Young, I love the real world examples and scenarios to explain these concepts. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Y'all move on. Y'all don't agree. Two intellectuals trying to make a point on live. This is my channel. I do what I want. The blue shot is reportedly free in that context. You get what you pay for. Hey, ladies. Okay. It's my channel. I do what I want. Anyway, so point of today's show, other than us realizing that I am possibly a protectionist and Teri is a let's eat chicken from China.
I just like to get things at the best price possible. Period.
We bring this on in the context of the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
So now you should be super alive and awake right now. We bring this in the context of the stock market, where a lot of people are like, well, how can I be involved? How can I get in there? And we brought some testimonies from Teri's students.
Yeah.
Because a lot of you asked for them. He said, I love you both. Thank you. I was just saying, this is my show. I'll argue for 10 more minutes. Now, because I just see things in this country a little bit differently. But anyway, and so we always want to, people are like, what's the testimonial? Where are the testimonials? We have some testimonials from Teri's students that we will share with y'all. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So some of the things, since we've explained quantitative easing, since we've explained what's going on in the market, it's up or down. People are nervous. People are like, Teri, I got a little bit of money. I just got a little bit. What can I do? Can people start with a little bit, like just a little bit of money?
They can. They really can.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they do need education. So the minimum you need is the cost of getting educated.
Mm-hmm.
But then in your portfolio, you can start with as little as you want. Like I have a student now, her name is Carlene. She actually started with just $187, but she's still making 10%. Oh, good. Can you show it?
I didn't put it on.
Okay.
I'm like, keep talking like normal. This is behind the scenes.
But yeah, like I've been really proud of her. Like she started with like $180, and then just last week, actually no, she started with like $150. Now her account's up to $180. She showed me this picture where she had made $20 one week, but that's like 10% return on just her small account. So just imagine if she keeps putting money into the account every week. And she actually says she's going to do that. Like every paycheck, she's going to put a little bit more in and grow that account. But if she's learning how to trade now and actually making those increases, like that percent return, like she's going to be amazing as she grows her account. But you can start anywhere, is my point. You can start with something small.
Okay, so the computer is getting a little mad with me. As you can see, it's doing the not responding. So hopefully it won't shut off on us. But we'll, yep, let me leave it alone. It's doing the spindle. But we'll keep talking. We'll keep acting like everything's normal till it clears up. So, chicken dinners for everybody, Teri. Quality of food trumps price. You will pay for cheap, low-grade food.
Oh, look at Gloria.
I mean, for real, it's bad. It's bad, y'all. I just don't trust that. Hello from South Korea. What's up, kimchi socks?
Hey. Wait, look down here. Gloria said.
Wait. Oh. I'm trying to get this screen sometime. Like Erica said, you don't have no money to get invest. Go do DoorDash. That's true, Key. What do you think about Coinbase and the rise of crypto? So Demetrius Carter, here's my stance on this channel, and I want to make it very clear. I do not believe in crypto. And not that it isn't a viable opportunity in the future. Mm-hmm. Right now, you have small amounts of people who own 80, 90% of it, and then it's pretending to be a very fair marketplace. Mm-hmm. It's not. It just isn't. And the rise of crypto, you know what that tells me? People are looking for lottery tickets.
Yeah.
People are afraid. People's money's funny, and they're not investing in gold. I mean, this to me, gold and silver prices are repressed. Mm-hmm. And if it wasn't crypto, it'd be gold and silver.
Okay, so here are my thoughts on crypto. And I promise I won't go on as long a rant as I did before. But
she lying. Go ahead.
With crypto, so okay, I have two thoughts. As always, I can always see both sides, but I just lean one way or the other. So crypto can be a really great currency. So we saw Facebook is coming out with their own version of cryptocurrency. I think it's the Libra. And what's really cool about that is Facebook touches so many people across the world. If there is a currency that Facebook puts out, and I know PayPal has come behind it and a couple other companies have come behind it, then it'd be really cool because all these people can interact with each other in the same currency, and you don't have to worry about an exchange fee because now Facebook will have a cryptocurrency. So that's actually a really cool concept and idea. It'll take some time to build out, but just the idea of it is really cool. On the flip side, though, if you're currently trading cryptocurrencies, there's not enough data to really track to see where you're supposed to go. So when I teach people how to trade, we're looking at charts and we're looking at data from where the price has been on that stock. In cryptocurrency, it'll jump up and down with no rhyme or reason. So it's hard for you to actually make an educated trade knowing where the price will go because the currency has so much risk behind it, and also because the volumes are so unpredictable. if you have really low volumes, that means that the price will jump in big waves. So let's just say you get in up here at the high, there's very low volumes, and someone comes in and sells a lot of the cryptocurrency, the stock will decrease like exponentially fast, but there's no rhyme or reason. It's just because there wasn't very much volume in the system to stop it. So for that reason, I think crypto is too volatile to trade as a trader or an investor. I do think the concept of it long term is a good idea, but I don't think you guys should be just putting your money there hoping it'll come back up soon. There's other ways to invest better.
And to be fair, I'm actually going to bring on Made 5 and let him speak on it, just as a, optionary, like against my thoughts on it. But at the end of the day, I really feel like we have people who are so desperate for a win that they'll skip every other avenue. Like, I would almost put crypto investing with gold and silver. It should be a small part of your portfolio.
Yeah, if any.
Because if at any, your double down guaranteed should come from 1, real estate, 2, small business, then 3, reserves, right? What would be our 3%?
How come you didn't put stocks up in there? I'm gonna need you to put stocks, real estate, then whatever else you said.
Real estate, small business, stocks, then reserves. Because the reserves are small amounts of money you can invest that it won't make you lose the whole house. Like, there was a guy with 4 kids, and they ended up selling their house and putting it in crypto and Bitcoin. But they bought in at like 11, and then it went to 20,000.
Okay.
And I think he took his money out.
I hope he sold.
I hope he did.
Yeah.
I hope he sold everything, because they were traveling around the world. And I'm always like, I want you to go find that family today.
Right. I think the key there, though, is when it increased, you have to know how to sell when the stocks or whatever investment has done well. Once it's appreciated, once you've doubled your money, sell it. Move that money over and then start again. Yeah, like, there's no reason for you to just hold on when the prices are high. Like, one of the biggest mistakes I see my students doing is they've made some gains, and then they get so excited, they actually get kind of greedy, and they want to keep holding on to it after they've made their gains. But as soon as you start getting to that greedy point, that's when you'll start losing money. So you have to learn how to sell when you've made some profits.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. Okay, so, all right. I see we have some commentary here. I'm going to get back to Gloria, but I'm going to read some of the commentary. Okay, that's still pretty good. Hey, from South Carolina. It's too volatile, yes, but it will be in the future. Didn't the stock market have to find its way? No, brand media. We just went over that, but I think he put agreed. So, Facebook has a cryptocurrency. Oh, Lord, the end is near. Ratchet coin. Yes, that's what I'm thinking too. Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, Uber, eBay are backing Libra. If you buy something they don't like, they probably freeze your account. Okay, now back to Gloria. Gloria is one of your students. Go ahead.
Yes, I was so excited. She put on here.
My computer.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll keep talking. She put on here, I made $234 in my SIM account this week. So yay, congratulations, Gloria. So to the point of, like, I was showing you guys earlier, Carlene, and Carlene is investing with a small amount, but Gloria is one of my students, and she's also not investing with a lot, but she just put on here that she made $234. So she's learning. Even if you have a small amount, I think you can get in, start learning, and then as your income grows and as your account grows, you'll already have what it takes to make that money grow. So I get that question all the time of, like, what's the smallest amount I can start with? Start with what you have. Actually start with enough money to get some education, and then also put, I think for the broker account I use, they tell you have to fund the account with $500 to get access to a simulator. So I think you should have at least $500 so that you can start playing in a robust simulator with fake money while you learn. So that'd be mine.
So my computer, you guys, is showing us signs of distress. I don't know if it's just going to shut off on us or not. It must be time for me to switch to Apple products. I hate Apple. But what we're going to do, if it doesn't come back, we're definitely going to pre-record something later tonight or something on Zoom. Okay. We'll Zoom each other and we'll record it. But yeah, I'm like, computer, quit tripping.
It seems like people can still see us if we want to keep going for a
little bit. Yeah, they can still see us. I just was like, what's happening to the computer? So what are some other questions usually people have? They go risky.
Yeah.
I mean, cryptocurrency is risky, but stocks are less risky.
They are less risky. And here's the thing, though. You have to learn how to manage your risk. So like there's 5 big mistakes that I talk about all the time. So one of them we talked about before is like getting in at the highs. Another one is getting greedy and not wanting to sell when you made a profit. Some other ones are when you see the stock going down and you just like panic and then you just watch it go down. And like this is the one I see a lot of long-term investors do. So they'll say, well, it's okay that I lost half my money. I'm just gonna let it sit in there for the long term, and they just rat it out. Yeah, but the truth is, you don't have to you don't have to watch it go down. You could get out, and then when the stock price comes back to where you got out, then get back in and ride it back up. You don't have to sit there and just watch it go down and watch your money go down. So like that's one of the big mistakes. And one of the examples and testimonies I had put up here, we can't show them to you guys because the computer's messing up. But like one of my first students, Raymond, I taught him those mistakes, and his account just all of a sudden started doing so much better because he wasn't getting greedy. He wasn't holding on when things were going down. He wasn't. Another mistake is like buying way too many shares. Like sometimes we get really loyal to a company and we're like, oh my gosh, I love this company. I'm going to buy all the shares. And then all the shares go down at the same time. And you're like, what happened to my account? So like that was another mistake I talked to him about. So once I was able to talk to him about those things and teach him some strategies, then his account was able to go up. So that was another on that.
So 5 ways to mitigate risk.
Okay.
And you teach that in your course. Okay. There's some people who are like, Teri, I like what you're saying. Girl, what you're saying is nice, Teri. But I got like 3 kids. I got a husband. I'm good. I'm busy. I don't have time.
Time is a big one. I hear that all the time. No pun intended, but I hear that all the time.
Yes, lots of pun.
So here's the thing. When you're investing, I'm going to teach you, or I teach my students this. I can teach you how to see where the banks are buying, like what price is this bank buying the shares, and what price is this bank selling the shares. It usually doesn't happen overnight. And so in the same question, I always get questions about like day trading and the minimum that you need for day trading. But a lot of times these things don't happen in a day. Like usually you'll get in at the price where the banks are buying, and it'll take a little while. It could take a couple days to a week to get up to where the banks are starting to sell. So in that time, you don't have to look at your phone all day. You don't have to look at a computer all day. Like you're just kind of waiting for the stocks to hit those prices. So with that, like you can make money super fast. You can make money in a slower way, but you don't have to take a ton of time. And one of the ways that I do teach, I actually had an example. I was thinking through like what examples do I have of this, but Annette. So one of my students, you guys see Annette all the time. She comes on these YouTube videos. But she actually made, because I teach them how to read charts, she made $2,599 in 20 minutes reading charts. So like, yes, sometimes it takes time, sometimes it can go really slow, but the point is if you know where the banks are buying and where the banks are selling, you don't have to watch it. You just put those levels in and you can make the trade. And she did that and made $2,600.
Y'all know Annette's out here just throwing cash.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many good, y'all have a lot of good comments on here.
Oh, there's comments?
So Kim She Sock says, we're already on the move to a cashless society. We have Cash App, PayPal, debit, and credit cards. So here's what I think. The link to Teri's training, I'm going to put it in there. Here's what I think as far as the cashless society thing. We say that, but if you go outside of any main tourist trap, they're like, what are you doing with a debit card?
Wait, explain cashless society. What are you guys?
Cashless society is when you just have debit cards, or, scary in the future, maybe the market will be, who knows, right? Like cashless society means there's no greens, there's no, I don't see that happening because I even look at America where you think everyone has a debit card, but 40% of Americans are underbanked. Like they're not tapped in, right?
Yeah, like so, they take their check, go get it cash out.
And leave, roll out. I see this all the time in Bank of America. I see this when construction workers go in, it'll be like 100 dudes in there. Cash. I see the flea market culture.
Yeah.
I see a lot of there's just millions of dollars moving backwards forth with Hispanic communities in several different cities. And even when I go to Chinatown, everybody pays in cash.
Well, when
I go eat over there.
We're always taught that cash is
and Teri's a Nigerian.
Yes, thank you. I'm a Nigerian.
She haggled us. Yes. She haggled today over pancakes, you guys.
I did.
Like, she's so Nigerian. She haggled over pancakes.
People need to read the menu. First of all, like I said, you should negotiate on everything. This is the same thing with stocks too. You should always negotiate. Never pay the actual stock price. But when you look at the menu, a lot of times they'll have like, if you get this bundle of stuff, it's $12. But if you get this, this, and this, which is the same as the bundle, it's like $10. So that's all I did. I just read the menu and went accordingly.
Really?
I did. I got both French toast and pancakes and some eggs and some $1 million bacon for less than the price of the whole little thingy.
Y'all, she was proud of that. I'm not even joking.
I was. She was all mad. She's like, you're haggling for pancakes. Like, you got to get the best price. Hence why I say we need to get the best price on chicken too, but I digress.
I don't want no China chicken. No.
I want cheap
chicken.
chicken.
Inside the comments right now, I posted Teri's. Teri's giving us 10% off. On her VIP course and her regular course. So there is the 10% off for there. But okay, somebody said it sounds like Teri is a swing trader and she's a whale watcher.
What's a whale watcher?
The big whales who make a big swing. Yeah. But go ahead.
So that actually is true. I day and swing trade. I don't think that people should put themselves in a box, and I don't think that we should put traders in a box. Traders are making profitable trades, and it doesn't matter how long the trade takes. So I'm not going to sell out of a profitable trade because I'm supposed to be a day trader. I'm not going to sell today just because like some label on me says sell today. No, I'm going to sell when the trade is ready. So if it takes 2 days,
90 days,
or if it takes a week, I'm going to trade. I'm going to sell it when it reaches my target. So no, I'm a sell when the trade is ready type of trader. Mm-hmm. Don't put a day swing, nothing on me. I'm a profitable trader. Active profitable trader.
So let's, because we skipped it, go back to the cashless society part.
Okay,
we were saying what are all these things? PayPal, debit card. Like if you go outside of any main tourist location, people are using cash. They're using their country's paper. Mm-hmm. You go to Croatia, you go to Europe, you go to anywhere outside of Italy. Even in Italy, where you think there's internet everywhere, why don't y'all have swipe? They still want cash. Yeah, cash still moves, and so. Even if you had coins, people would still want coins. Like, where my coin? Show me the coin, right? And it's just a natural thing that when you go outside of main cities, mm-hmm. which if you can look at America, the majority of our population lives in, I think, 46 counties. Yeah. In all of the United States. But the rest of everybody else in America, and small town America, other places, mm-hmm. It's rural. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people they don't want to pay fees for with Visa.
And they're scared. Somebody's told them to put your money under a mattress. I was talking to someone recently, and her husband, I think, was from Russia. Mm-hmm. But there was a time where their economy had gone down so bad they mm-hmm. couldn't get their monies out of the bank. Mm-hmm. So because of that, they just don't trust banks. Mm-hmm. And they will always have their stuff in cash. So I think there's some people that are just like that.
I think you should always keep cash too. Mm-hmm. A small amount. I mean, there's a guy I know. He's a millionaire. He always keeps $1,000 in his pocket. He's like, you just never know what something might go down.
What if somebody pickpockets you?
Ain't nobody pickpocketing him, man.
1,000 though? He didn't need 100. Like,
he always carries 1,000.
I need to come by him and get some pickpocket skills.
Terry, you'll get beat up with that. That man's former military. He will whoop your ass. I'll be like, no, please stop. That's my friend Terry. I do know a guy who has 10K in his glove box. He has it. Okay. So he was part of a safety course. Mm-hmm. He puts a little bit in the glove box, a little bit in the side of one of the cushions of his car. Like, he's weird. He's a little bit weird though.
What if your card gets stolen? Like, see, like, I guess, but you just assume
off the grid. You never know. Pull out. Okay. One Mark DC. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Okay, I missed some of these.
We be talking. Here, let me go back.
Skynet. No. I control the show. Thank you. Please excuse me. This is the Erica show. Excuse me. Thank you. Man, I'm in the future. It's Friday already because I called it the Stock Market Friday show. Stop it, you guys. I just going to change the title later. Annette Swerve said, I'm listening but driving. Please be safe, Annette. Mm-hmm. I put Teri's link for 10% off our class in there. Man, there are still businesses that will only do cash and trash and do transactions in cash. We are a long way from a cashless society. We were at a club in Charlotte, North Carolina, and it was like cash. We were at the food truck, and he's selling like oxtails
That
and
was
rice.
a song, Erica.
Cash.
You were
Like they were like,
to the cash.
they're like, no debit card. Even though we saw the debit card machine, they were like, so sometimes they be like, cash, because they get charged fees.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, you go to gas stations, they're like, if you ain't spending $5, no, can't swipe your card.
Right.
I've seen that. So
I think we're a long way from a cashless society, especially with the exchange rates being so profitable.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you could just imagine if everything went to crypto and there was no more exchange rates, like the whole Forex market would go away. Like, no, people are not going to let that go away. Like, they need to have exchange rates. They need to have cash moving back and forth to make money. So I'm conspiracy theorist a little bit, but like, we're not going to get rid of cash.
It's going to take a minute. I mean, I just think when I go to flea markets and I see so much thousands of dollars moving around in there,
mm-hmm.
and even here in Austin, I told you guys about the restaurant. I love it. When I do go, it's great. But when I go, sometimes they look at you like, why are you over here? Because it's nothing but Hispanic people in there. And it's so delicious. But they have literally armed guards in the parking lot because they know everybody in there carry cash.
Yeah.
All the waitresses, cash. Been there all day, cash.
Yeah.
They know the Hispanic people do not. They'll go to Bank of America, take it out. Like, to this day, you guys think I'm making these stories up, but you can call any realtor in the San Antonio or Houston market. They will tell you stories nonstop where people bring $40,000, $50,000 in cash. And they be like, what are you doing? And then they have to be like, look, you need to go to Bank of America. They even have like protocols where they can walk it. Like, hey, this is for a purchase at the title company, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
And because under any circumstances, they would confiscate that cash.
Right.
Or call police, like, oh, somebody came here for
you
cash.
can't just go in a bank and put that down.
Yeah. So there's been protocols because of how Texas is so close to the border about people buying these places cash.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, or even when people put cash into their bank account to get proof for housing, they go like, where'd that cash come from? Where'd it come from? You just put it in there yesterday? Could have came from your credit card. Could have came from your whoever. Somebody was saying about transactions. Yes, they do want to monitor everything. I'm listening and marking zones on my chart. Congrats.
Hey, good stuff.
Can you please walk us through the format of your trading classes? Are there weekly modules / workshops to attend? How long does it typically take before your students actually begin to trade?
You want me to answer?
Yeah. It's Lisa Young.
Okay.
Possibly. She's about to make, I'll cut it off. I'll cut the whole show off today.
Okay, so the course has 7 classes in it. That's the full-blown like VIP, you're gonna quit your job and start trading full-time version. But if you're just thinking about, okay, I'm gonna use this as like a side hustle to just bring in some extra income, I have some short-term goals like I want to travel or I want to pay off debt, then I think you can start with the trade and travel program and then work your way up. So that class has 4 classes in it. Each class has about 3 to 5 modules in it. And then it'll take you to the first class, I would say is 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, you'll be trading. And then every other class, you're just going to get better and better as a trader. Like, I built it as a progressive course. So it'll take less than 60 days to complete everything, and you'll be trading fully in 60 days. But I would say after the first 2 weeks, you're going to be trading, and then you're just going to be practicing. So like we saw Gloria in here. Gloria is a student. She just recently started, but she's already been trading and practicing. A lot of the other examples I gave you guys, they start the class and then they're trading and making money as they go. So it's like an earn while you learn type of thing. Mm-hmm. So did I answer that question?
You did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on my show.
Thank you for letting me speak.
Yes. I try to host my show. Now, because we're in the same frame, she cutting up. Now, when we are not in the same frame, she know how to act. Today she cutting up, y'all. Okay.
I do what I want to do.
Sounds like blending with cash. No, I know a lot of business owners who do literally carry cash. Like, I've known people. I know this one guy, he fired somebody. He was like, I'll pay you $200 to leave right now. Because he felt like the guy was going to tear up something at the work site. He was like, I'll pay you $200 to leave right now.
I feel like guys do that more too.
Guys are emotional.
I think guys
Men are
have
emotional.
more money in cash.
Listen, I'll put you this way. I worked at Lowe's as management in the back. I saw more temper tantrums, more emotional meltdowns, more throwing of things, kicking people, punching, fighting. From people arguing over parking spaces, trucks bumping into each other, then they get out and fight each other for 2 seconds. I've seen people.
And then be friends though. Guys also make up fast too.
Well, they be like, man, I didn't mean to do that. And you be like, do we need to call police or not? What's going on? We just trying to figure out police or no. okay, y'all done? Are you done?
And then
they drive off. Well, no, they not even be friends. These Hispanic and white dudes are not friends. They just be like, okay, understood. Drive off. Done. But we would be out there like, did you see that, girl? Like, they'll argue about mulch. Like, oh, you stole one of my clients. It's like, it'd be craziness. So I believe, yes, probably men hold cash more than women, but I would hold cash. I personally hold some cash.
I need to be better about it. Tell you the truth, I need to be better. Because especially like when you're tipping people, I rarely have cash to tip. Because,
girl, I'd be like,
right. If I had cash, it'd be easier. Sometimes when you're parking and doing valet, you need cash. So it'd be nice to carry some. Usually I'm just credit card girl.
Candace said, Terry, if we already stocks and option trading, how much would we benefit from taking your course? I always like to learn, but I would like to know if I purchase which program may benefit me. Now, Netsworth already hopped in and said the VIP course. Thank you, Netsworth. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Annette.
I think that you're a technical trader, right? Yes. So I'm not saying you're not, but I think people could learn. But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I guess that is a good question. So Candace, I need to know a little bit more about how you're trading. Because if you're like a trend trader or a long-term trader, you could benefit a lot from my class. Because I'll teach you how to actually get in and out of a trade a little more effectively to increase your returns. So it may not be that you're switching the stock. You may still be long-term trading, say like you're doing Facebook long-term. You may be still trading long-term Facebook, but maybe a couple of your shares are long-term you don't touch, and some of the other shares you trade in and out of Facebook to make some higher returns. So I think it could still be beneficial depending on how you trade. And then I have actually several students in my class who have paid thousands of dollars for other training and then come to me as their coach. So the VIP program, you get coaching from me. They'll like literally, I have clients who have paid $40,000, $30,000 for someone else to teach them how to trade, but then they'll come to me to get that weekly, bi-weekly, even monthly check-in to say, hey Terry, this is what's happening in my trading, what's going on. Like I was doing so well. I have a student, actually, Cynthia. This is one of my examples. She actually had made on her own $300,000 in trading. But then the market started being a little bit more volatile and she wasn't seeing the same returns. She actually had lost over six figures, like over $100,000 worth of that. And then she came to me to say, Terry, what am I doing? So I was able to, she sent me all of her trades. I was able to do some analysis, see where we could actually make some improvements, and then help her to be a better trader. So I think if you're in the VIP program, that could be really beneficial to you. Mm-hmm. That was Candace. Mm-hmm. That could be beneficial.
Will Melvin, dudes will fight and make up in the same day. Women will hate each other for years over a dirty look.
Exactly.
I think this is genetic though. I think it has.
You think so?
I think it's somewhere in our genetic, like as far as like scarcity and resources and like this one guy, I think Glenda Cameron says it all the time, and some other people. They'd be like, women genetically don't want short men or weak sperm. Like it's just like, and it's something about our genetics are like very prone to power, and resources. So if you feel like somebody else is messing with your resources, then I think that's why women are like, what are you doing? You're messing with her security. Like I can tell y'all, so right now, a funny story. Like I have done over 6,000 calls on this channel, paid consulting calls. And I can tell you how many times I've had men call, and then the next time we had our consulting call, my wife here on the speakerphone, she saw that I paid money to speak to a lady. So she just wants to know, who is this lady? And I'll be like, hey, how you doing? I just literally talked to the woman for the first 5 minutes because it's like, sir, you done messed up already. I can't talk to you right.
Yeah, we're pretty protective.
But it's a security blanket. It's a community thing. Again, especially if her husband is that financial strong security blanket for her. If you're, like dirty looks, all kind of stuff. I think it just ties it to a very genetic thing, though.
It could. I do see women are very loyal. We do like to have
we have community with women.
Yeah, we have community, but we also like to have what is this? Is this like ownership? Like we like to have something that we can call our own. So whenever something comes in and starts threatening it, I think that's when tensions arise.
For sure.
Sure. Maybe.
So that happens. So I've seen men literally fight and then like, don't start no shit today, man, and like not fight again in the parking lot of Lowe's. So fight literally over a parking space.
Men, though, I feel like they get it out. Like they get out their anger and then they're over it. Like they're done. Women, they like hold on to grudges forever. Like you come back a month or two later and they're like, yeah, you remember that thing she did? I still don't like her for that.
They don't have enough life going on. Like there's a lady at a church back home in Fayetteville. Some cousin of her was on drugs in the 80s. No lie, like 1990s, crack or something. Came to her house, stole like 3 little trinkets that had some gold in them. To this day, that woman is like 80 years old talking about that thing. And everybody's like, ma'am.
I believe it had gold in it.
It had gold in it. And you're like,
that
man,
was valuable.
Ma'am. This happened when? 1994? Man, if you don't get the hell out here with that mess.
Have you?
Jamar don't like short men. Actually, Jamar, here's the funny thing. I talk a lot about short men on here, but I actually am quite drawn to short, muscular men. The fact is, I'm 5'7", and y'all think, oh, Eric, you're not tall. But a lot of men are 5'5", 5'6" that are muscular, like what I want. Like when I'm in the gym, I walk up and they'd be like, oh, just an inch tall, just like an inch. They'll look up a little bit, and they'd be like, oh. So I've seen it a lot, especially in Austin.
Well,
because
if you have any short, muscular men, I need you to go into the.
Please do not go into DMs. Don't do it, because you have women see a tall dude, and then like 30 women are chasing him.
Yeah,
and they be ugly. They be ugly. I'd be like, why are y'all chasing this brother?
Yeah. I feel like guys that are your height give really good hugs. Like that's kind of what I like. I'm not particular. I like all sizes, all shapes.
That's what she said. Anyway, done for the day.
We're continuing. I'm talking about height. Thank you very much.
6 p.m. in the futures market open for trading. How do you feel about futures?
So futures is another great way to make money. But you ever still laugh about sizes? Anyway, futures is a great way to make money. But I will say it really depends what interests you. So when you're trading, I think you should trade in something that can hold your interest. So for me, I like companies because I like knowing like what's the CEO up to, what's the new product coming out, what's the earnings say. When you're trading futures, usually it's like commodities. So it'd be wheat, corn, soybeans, which actually, to tell you the truth, there's some benefit to that because your options are really limited. You can get to know those things really well and make some good money. But it really just depends on your preference. For charts, though, and what I do with charts and what I teach my students, you can use that knowledge and put it on any asset class. So the things that we do, like the zones that one of the students was talking about, you can put those zones on a Forex chart, on a futures chart, on an options chart. Well, not so much options chart, mostly with options, you would put it on the underlying stock and then trade options based on the chart of the underlying stock. But those same principles you can use in any asset class.
Jamar talking about Teri likes tall men like me.
Oh goodness.
I just ain't gonna chase them. I just ain't got time. I'm like, I gotta chase you.
I ain't got time either.
That's too much, baby. You doing it backwards.
I like to be pursued, but I still
stop, Teri, before they literally start giving out their numbers on the thing.
Don't do it. No.
Everybody, if you want to talk to Teri, hit her DMs. Ruin her DMs. Make them into shambles. Okay, somebody said on here.
Don't do that.
Real Beauty 21 says, so how long could it take for me to quit my job from trading?
So Maroon, Erica might have some thoughts on this, but there's so many layers to that question. First of all, for you to see returns, it depends how much money you're starting with. So I always tell people your daily goal should be 1% of the cash amount in your account. So if you're trading with $100, like your goal right now is only $1 a day, and that's actually less than the fees. So it's going to cost you more in fees to make that trade than the returns you're looking for. If you have a $5,000, now you can make $50 a day or shoot for $50 a day, which is a good $250 a week, $1,000 a month. So now you're starting to see some returns, but it really depends. So the second thing you got to think about is, well, how much is good for you? Like, what's your freedom number? How much money do you need in your account to sustain you? So for me, I needed to make $300 a day to replace my income, but that number changes for every person. So
Teri actually wants 1,700 a day.
Well, right. So now I've worked up to multiple thousands a day. But in the beginning, it was just I just need $300 a day because that would replace my my income as an assistant principal at elementary school. So depending on your income and what your bills look like, that will also dictate how long it takes you to replace your income. If your income is less and you don't need that much, or your bills are less, then you could probably replace it sooner. But there's a couple different things I'd have to think through before we could answer that question for you.
Yeah. So you have to give us some points in there. Okay, y'all are cracking up about that. I'm glad y'all having fun off that. I'm actually gonna put that on Instagram. Y'all are cracking me up. Dude campaigning in the chat.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
What's going on?
What are some, since my computer still is messed up, y'all. I'm not even joking. Teri can tell you, it's literally saying not responding. It's probably gonna shut down, but we're here. It's worked so far. So
yeah. I guess one other thing I'd talk about is I'm so excited that I have some students that are in the $1,000 a day club. So
and we'll do a video. We'll do a video sometime later tonight. It won't be live. It'll probably be like Zoom, 20 minutes, so you can like show some of the students' faces. I'm so sorry about that, you guys, but it happens. Technical difficulties happen. It's a Sunday.
But I think a lot of people now start to see me and they're like, well, that's Teri, and Teri can do that, but I can't do that. But now I'm starting to see students that I've been working with like hit those numbers too. So like 100% of my VIPs from fall have hit the $1,000 a day mark. So I'm just like really proud of my students, like really proud of them.
What are you doing June 29th?
June 29th. That's next
week.
Wait, something's happening.
I know. I thought you and your mom was on.
No, so
remember I'm doing the Baltimore?
So that's Saturday, right? I'm speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a part 2 event here for Nigerians in Dallas. I know, right? We want to talk about our things. Anyway. But anyway, yeah, if anybody's here in Dallas, I'm going to be part of a Money Talk event with part 2. So it's here in Dallas.
With Nigerians.
Yeah, it's a group of Nigerians, and we're going to talk through real estate, stocks, all the things that increase our money.
Being a sister wife.
And
no. Nigerians and Jamaicans be having 2-3 wives. You'd be like, what is going on? But go ahead, finish.
We are not Mormons.
Yes, you are. Teri's the nice, polite side of Nigerians.
Okay, so
but Money Man dude probably could have 5 wives, and he'd be like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Okay, I'm not even gonna like pretend like you're wrong though, because my grandfather had 42 wives. No, he had 42 kids.
42 kids.
42 kids from like 30 wives. So, and I might be getting that wrong. But I just don't have a lot of.
Probably like 12 women. 42 kids.
42 kids.
Listen.
Yeah. So okay, so yes, but not my.
You can't marry nobody over there because you all related. Can't even marry nobody.
Yeah, we're probably all cousins.
You can't even go to the village. You got to go like in the city.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to a different place. But there's millions of Nigerians in Nigeria, so.
Somebody said beautiful house. This is a penthouse, you guys. All right, so bought my first rental from Options Profits few years back. Oh, thank you. Donnie Breeze even said.
Right.
But for real, Teri's info is facts. Been trading options and stocks for years. This stuff works. Thank you. Jamar got a number up in there. Okay. 8675309. Y'all know that song from the 80s. Wow, can't wait to see the $1,000 day students goals. We'll do that video later, you guys. Damn, that's what's up. $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful house. That's what Jamaicans have women, but they ain't marrying all of them. Thank you, Annette's word. Every time I see Dre, I'm like, Dre, how many wives you trying to get?
Oh, no.
You should get tons. All right, so look, we tried.
Yeah, we
tried today.
We really did.
It was cutting up, you guys. For the longest time, Teri had a course for $1995. Is that still available? Enterprise, that's the same course.
Yeah.
I'm putting the link, and we're getting 10% off.
And I'm giving out a discount because we're starting our summer cohort coming up in about 2 weeks. So I told Erica if any of our students or audience wanted to join, I'd let you guys come in real quick before we start up. So yeah, it's the same course.
If you look in the links that I've posted, it stops tripping. You'll see one for her VIP course, 10% off. The other is for her regular. Control your emotions when trading is the biggest challenge for folks. Yes, Donnie Breeze, I believe that.
Actually, Well, it's your show.
No,
but
please.
can people put in here what they think their biggest challenges are?
Sure.
And then we can kind of look at some of them, because I feel like a lot of them are mental. Like a lot of people have these challenges in your mind, but they're just myths. So the fact that, oh, I don't have enough time. When you learn how to read charts, you have time. Oh, I don't have enough money. You can start with any amount. Oh, it'll be too difficult. It's really not that hard. It's about buyers and sellers. Like I used to work with elementary students. Like I can teach this to you. It's really not that hard. There's just like all these myths and things that people put in the way. Like I can't invest. Oh, it's too risky. No, we can teach you how to calculate that. And I can teach you how to put some risk management in place so you don't lose your money. Like there's so many things that people think of as challenges. Oh, I don't know where to get started. Start with education. Start with the course. Oh, I don't like. People just. Whenever I ask what's the most difficult part, it's usually a mental roadblock.
Yeah. So everybody put your fears in there. That'll help us. Somebody said 42 kids, how to keep getting trimmed. Stop it, Will Melvin. The Marysm, that's how. Fear of missing out, Gloria Melvin. Mine is being greedy. Demetrius said crossing over from stocks to trading and options.
Yeah.
Thank you, Annette, putting that in there. IG, I'm an investor, and Annette's worth. For more trading stories, Teri will also be posting pictures of her students that are making killing.
Yeah. Analysis paralysis, that's a good one. You know what? I saw this actually I saw it in a commercial. But that's true. A lot of people, they start looking at things and then they get so scared to actually take the trade. But my thought is, one, start with fake money so that you just get used to taking the trade. And once you start seeing yourself being successful, then I think you'll get over the hump, but just do it. Like you've got to just start. And then two, learn how to have those risk management things in place, because you're going to lose sometime. But if when you lose, you only lose a small amount, like, man, okay, I'm gonna take this trade, but I've got to stop in there, something that protects me. Okay, I only lose $100 if I lose, but I have the ability to win. Winning and losing is bad words, but I have the ability to gain $400. Then you'll be able to say, you know what, my reward is bigger than my risk. I'm okay with taking this trade. So I think it's just all about like us working with you to get some parameters in place so that you can actually see what you're gaining and what you're losing. Then you can take the trades a little more quickly. Yeah.
I went over their comments.
Okay.
Somebody said, do I need to take the VIP courses with me and my spouse, or can we use the same brokerage account? Reread that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do I need to take, I'm going to actually break your question up into two. So the first one is, do I need to take the VIP courses with me and my spouse? I think that'd be good. I've had several couples that have taken the class together, and it's so nice to have the whole household trade. So like one of my VIP students, LaCoury, her and her husband, or actually, is this the same Jamar? But her and her husband.
Don't do that. I said that to somebody. I'm like, you got a wife, and there was somebody else on there.
Okay.
So don't do it.
Her and her husband take the class together, and they're killing it because they can actually talk to each other about it and get better. Another couple, Alex and Selenia actually sent me a thing recently. She was so excited she got to see her nephew perform in like a dance. Usually she used to be a lawyer for a really big firm, and she could never go. But now that I've taught her how to trade, she can go. So they are doing it as a family, and I think that really helps. That just makes the whole thing, better. And I have some students that are like a dad, and he bought the course for his daughter so that they could do it together. So yeah, it's good to do things as a family. And then the second part of your thing was I went off of.
Can we use the same brokerage account?
So the answer is yeah. Like what would happen is you would open it under one person, and in the two of you as a couple. One of you guys would open the brokerage account, but then you'd give permission to another person. I even have that with like my mom. So my mom opened up a brokerage account at Trade Stations, the broker I use. She opened a brokerage account there with her retirement, but then she was able to give me access to trade it. So you can do that and have other people have access to your account.
Yeah, I kept trying to give Teri access to my account, and she was like, get out of my face. So somebody said just being unmotivated.
Yeah, I can see that. Now that's something that for any investing, you're going to have to push through.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. We have a problem in our society that people think everything's got to be exciting or sexy, or,
right?
Or I'm being passionate about all the time. You're not even passionate about eating your dinner sometimes.
Right.
You're not even passionate about your spouse. They see them all the time. You're not even, your kids get on your nerves. Like you ain't there's nothing in this world you're always gonna be like, I'm so motivated and excited.
And
nothing.
Every job has parts of it you don't like.
Yeah.
So like when I was doing real estate, I loved working with the people, but there's so much paperwork and nobody tells you about the paperwork in real estate, but you got to keep your paperwork good. In investing, there's going to be times where you might lose a trade. That's not the funnest, but those other times where you're making money, great. Like every job is going to have some pieces where you don't like, but you just got to kind of push through. But I feel you on that. Sometimes you're not motivated to start, but I mean, when you know that there's people out there like Annette and LaCurry and Gerald who are making $1,000 a day and making 10% returns a week and making like these students are killing it. And I would think hopefully that would motivate you to want to start doing it too. Because if your money's just sitting there, there's so much more it could be doing.
Yeah, Network said most people have a Robinhood or stash account and buy based on popular stocks. This is true. I've seen it. Nicole Noel said, I would have to keep her fear, I think is, I would have to keep up with what's happening in current events /45 snap decision to drop a bomb or start a war or not.
I mean, man, he needs to stop with all them tweets and craziness. So the truth is, yes, I'm not going to lie and say you don't need to pay attention because you do need to pay attention. But that's with any investing. Even people that have money in their 401k need to be paying attention. Like, it's not like no type of investment is something where I'd say just leave it and forget it. I think that's a myth that we perpetuate, that like you can just kind of put it in there and in 10 years it'll be okay. Because if you just imagine someone put their whole savings into accounts and in 2008 it was gone. Like there's nothing that you can't pay attention to. You need to still be paying attention. And then it's just a matter of how we teach you to trade on how many times you have to interact with your account. I hope that makes sense. Did that make sense?
It should have.
Okay.
Okay. So many. We're wrapping the show up, you guys. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. Can I use my existing Vanguard brokerage account to begin trading? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enterprise said the cost of your link for Teri's is $4,500, not the $19.95. There are 2 links.
Yeah, there's 2 links.
You have basic trade and travel. Then you have the VIP course.
Yeah.
There's 2 different links I posted. There's 2 links in the description.
Yeah.
There's other links. I'll post them everywhere. But again, you're learning something that people are making $1,000 a day.
Right.
And then even on top of that, there are other people selling your same, not the same exact course, but similar techniques
for $20,000
or more. I think people think things are going to come down to their budget, and that doesn't always happen.
No, like this is me coming down to everyone's budget. Like I'm 90% lower than what consultants said I should have charged for the class, but I wanted it to be more accessible. So yeah, this is me coming down.
She said, yes, that makes sense. Thank you, Teri. Everything you will learn, Teri will give you the knowledge to control all your accounts, whether short or long term. Thank you, Annette's worth. Terry Judah said, Teri, can you talk about your partnership / contract options if you still do that?
Sure. So I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about, but I think you might be talking about TradeStation. So one of the things I think I mentioned, I didn't mention it here, but I've said it before. TradeStation is a partner that's come alongside my school. They really want their traders to be more educated. So what they've decided is that they're going to refund all the students for the cost of my school. And how they do it is they refund it through your trading commissions. So as a trader, no matter what brokerage you're trading with, you're going to be trading commission fees. And usually it's like $5 to get into a trade, $5 to get out. So if you can imagine, you pay $10 every time you take a trade. With TradeStation, they've actually lowered that for us. We only pay 1 cent per share to take a trade. But one of the cool things is with those commissions, they start to kind of rack up over time. So just imagine that you're trading on a daily or weekly basis. You're going to start seeing those fees come up. Well, what TradeStation is doing is they said, okay, Teri, well, for your students, 20% of the fees they pay every month, we're going to refund and put it back into their account until we've paid for the course. So they just refund you your commissions until you've paid off the course. So you actually get to take my course for free. Whatever amount you pay, TradeStation will refund that through your trading. So super exciting. That's still there. And everybody who's a student of mine gets to be a part of it. And I always get the question of how long does that last? Those partnerships actually last for the lifetime of your account. So if you do switch over to TradeStation, then you'll get the course paid off. So, yeah, so if anybody's like, I don't have enough, I don't know, take the class. It's getting refunded. So you're going to get your money back, and you're going to be paying fees no matter what. So you might as well get something for the fees that you're paying your broker to trade. They also waive this broker to do the 1 cent a share commissions. They usually charge $100 a month. So they waive that. So already off the top, every year you're getting $1,200 waived, which is about the cost of the course. So many ways you're getting your money back if you take this class. Yeah.
Anything else this week you want to highlight?
In terms of brokerage accounts, since we're just talking about it, I do want you all to start thinking about some more robust brokers. So yes, it's a good place to start with Stash and Acorns if you just want help learning to save. But when you're really starting to become a trader that wants to actually get returns from your stock market investments, then you need a more robust brokerage account. So I do want you to start moving up to the E-Trade, Interactive Brokers, TD Ameritrade. And when you are really thinking about like joining my course or being a professional, I'd say TradeStation is one of the best. They have really good like entry timing, so you don't have a lag, you get the best price. They have really great charts. So I don't know, I just like that broker. Like I don't make anything from this, so I don't make any money from referring people, but my students do. So that's why I really love them as a partner, because you get your courses paid off. So that was pretty cool.
So thank you, Kansas Walton, for the $3.99 super chat. She said, thank you, love watching and learning. Enterprise said, thanks, got it. Tired, got it. A few months ago, I heard you mention you trade for people. Maybe I misheard it.
Oh, so no, I don't trade for people, but I have a investor program. There are some people who have given $25,000 to my school.
Invested.
And then they get a 10% return. So it's a small business loan, but that's a way for you to get returns. I don't invest because I'm not a broker, but when you invest in our school, you can get a locked-in annual 10% return. So if someone's interested in that, don't DM me. Go to itradeandtravel.com. When you go to itradeandtravel.com, put in your email address, you're going to start getting emails back. That's my email address. So you can just send me an email and say, hey, Teri, I'd like to be part of that. It's $25,000, 10% annual return. Really simple.
Okay. So Jamar, thank you for the 401 super chat. Tara White says, now the refund available for both prices is not a refund. TradeStation's just...
It is a refund.
It's a refund, okay.
Yep, as you're trading, they're going to refund your commission.
Is it for both?
Yep.
Yeah, for both. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Look, and this word say all students. Yes, thank you. Me too. A few minutes. Okay, we hit those. Tamara put in a super chat for Teri's number. Y'all so stupid. I can't mess with y'all today. We done. All right, you guys. Thank you again. Teri's links are in the description, and also I've been sharing them. Again, June 29th, Teri's gonna be speaking at Nigerians Are Great for Money, Dallas.com / Nigerians for Money. I'm gonna be in Baltimore, Mary, with Aisha Selden, millionaire, stock, I think you call it financial advisor, office owner, all kind of stuff, and Charm City Buyers. Then July 9th, I'll be in LA doing a midday mastermind. July 10th through 12th, I'll be at VidCon, that's VIDCon. July 13th, I'll be on the Chicago bus tour. You can find that on Eventbrite. Teri will be there. Cousin Nita will be there. Jamar said half that super chat for Teri. Then I'll have the boat party and listen, that's gonna be fun.
It will. I gotta work out. I need to get
everybody. I'm jogging every day until the thing. Like that's gonna be fun. Andre Hatch is gonna be there. Cousin Anita, Rashad Scott, you, Money Madu. I mean, you're gonna have a chance to be on a boat for 4 hours talking to us. Then the day before, if you get the VIP one ticket, you're gonna be at dinner with us. Dinner on me. Seafood. I mean, like
I get it on YouTube.
No, I'll make y'all charge. I'm gonna make y'all pay. I was like, for the people, not for y'all. Y'all can pay your own food. No, it's gonna be a good, cool seafood place in Austin.
Oh, nice.
So I think y'all like that. I think I have to put the link for the discount hotel up. But anyway, don't be late to the boat. Boat takes off without people. It don't play.
With it.
What else? Fincon in September, VIP Mastermind Atlanta, September 28th and 29th. October, VIP Mastermind in Houston.
Oh, July 8th is when my cohort starts. So that coupon
July
will
8th.
end.
That coupon ends July 8th, y'all.
And that's like at the least. Y'all need to hurry up and use it now before I change my mind. Y'all know I'll be changing my minds on these. So
they said that the $4,500 course include everything you would learn from the basic travel and trade course?
Yes, it does. It includes that, and it includes options. So I teach you how to do options. We talk about shorting, how to make money when the stock market goes down, and we talk about some advanced charting techniques like gaps and Globex trading. So all of that is in the VIP, and it gets coaching. So that class is really cool because it's done live. So a lot of that content you'll actually get live. So it's really cool.
Live, baby. All right. Thank you, Teri, for coming on. I appreciate every time you come on. We'll have that other part of that video at some point where y'all can see the actual testimonials. Your girl's got to drive back to Austin. And Tuesday I'll be in Belize. I'm so excited. I'm going to take lots of pictures of fish.
Give her like space. Let her rest. I want you to just rest. I want you to rest.
I'm going to rest the next couple days. So later, you guys, we'll have some videos come up of me and Teri's Dallas trip, probably on Monday or Tuesday while I'm gone. I'll just have it upload and play. So, all right, you guys, this is your girl, Erica. I'm still on summer sabbatical. Don't be messaging me. Y'all don't care if you see me online or not. Don't message me. All right, you guys, have a great day.
Bye.
Uh-oh. Are you guys still in here? Do you see me? What is wrong with this goofy internet? Well, anyways, if you're still here, make sure you hit the like button on this.
Are you guys still in here? Yes.
Make sure you guys hit the like button, and we're gonna roll out. The computer finally decided to come back to life. And so this interior decorating, this is Teri's penthouse. Can y'all see outside? It's all outside there. Anyway, I'll give you guys a quick little mini tour.
Look, we got pillows everywhere.
Look right there. Can y'all see outside? Can you see that? You see Italy on the wall? You know, Teri went to Italy, you guys. Hold on. Let me back it up. Can you see that? Teri went out to Italy. Don't judge my friend's pillows.
Where are you looking at? Oh. You can go show them that way out the window.
2 couches. All right, guys. Show's over. Thank you guys for coming back. Computer decided to not die, or a little halfway die. So, thank you guys. Hit the like button.